this shit set up like this, bro.
Like what?
Just the multicam, which you like how you said when you first came in, it was just like how Amazon started, how Apple started. Like I see it.
Yeah, a lot of them companies started in garages with people that just had visions of something that I guess the public didn't really see at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. Like I see it though. Shit
I
gonna be
appreciate,
dope.
like I was telling you, we want to have a building. Like I have like a lot of other ideas of other things I want to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like we need a bigger space for that. This is cool for just like the podcast. But I want to do like just like different shows, different stuff. Like I'm not even on the camera. I'm just like behind the scenes. I'm just producing it.
Bro, you fuck with Rick Rubin?
He's cool. Like, I've seen some of his interviews and stuff.
He was kind of like that. Fucking.
In what way?
Just like with throwing the shows like for Def Jam and all that, he was just behind the scenes, just making the moves. You know,
Wasn't he like? Did he start Def Jam or something like that?
Him and Russell Simmons, if I'm 100% correct, it was.
Okay.
I think I don't know. Don't get me lying. No, was it Russell Simmons? I don't know. No.
I feel like I've heard Rick Rubin was something like at the start of Def Jam. He was like pivotal in that.
Run DMC, all of them. I think it was though. Don't give me the line. But yeah, that's tough, bro. I see the vision, and I watched you pop up on the scene because I've been out here on this scene for a long time. So like I see people come and go, and you see people who really have like that can persevere through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I say that all the time too, bro. It's like just how there's like different eras of like music in the world. Like just imagine hip hop in America.
Yeah.
There's different eras of it. Now you can break that down to there's different eras in the underground Virginia scene.
Right.
Just like you said, like people come and go.
Bro, I record people's grandsons and
that you used to record them.
That I used to record them. Yes,
That's
bro.
Great grandsons.
Yes, bro. Because they be young.
He said great grandsons.
I've been out here engineering 22 years, bro. When I was 22? Yeah, I think it was 22. It's been about 18 years full time, but I started at like 14 when I was his age. Yeah, bro. And I started in my grandma's house. That's why I say I can see what's going on, because I started in my grandma's house, and that shit got so whammy that I couldn't do business there no more. Like
there was like too many people,
bro. The not the feds, but somebody. So they came and raided. My house got raided.
Your grandma's house?
Yes, my grandma's house got raided when I was like 18 because, I mean, it was trapping and stuff then, but I was doing the music and I had so many clients coming to the house, in and out traffic. Then we had a label called Major Movement, which was like 50 of us in the front of her house. Like it looked like a fucking gang meeting, you know what I'm saying? So they was watching me for like 4 months and then raided my spot. And then like that's when I made the decision. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do music. Full time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm leaving all this shit.
Did you move out your grandma's house at that point?
Yeah, I moved the studio out of my grandma's house, and then I probably like a year or two later I moved from there.
So you were always engineering. That's how you started out.
Yeah. Yep. So I started as a producer, and I was in band and stuff at first, and then my homeboy, when I first moved to Virginia from Baltimore, my homeboy put me on to FL Studio and was teaching me all of this stuff. And then I fell in love with the production and sampling and all that. And then I started engineering because we went to a studio and the engineer was trash. And they won't, like back then they didn't want to share no secrets. They want no YouTube. Like I couldn't get in.
Yo, people, I feel like kids nowadays, they can't even imagine a world where you can't just get on YouTube and look up how to do something.
You feel me?
Like,
yeah, that's...
People going to libraries, looking for books and
Bro,
shit.
I used to go to the encyclopedia. My mom, anytime I asked a question my mom couldn't answer, she'd tell me, go figure it out. And most of the time I went to the encyclopedia to figure the shit out. And I was young. But yeah, so they're fortunate to have everything at the tip of their fingers now. Like just... We all are, though. I took advantage of it, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I take advantage of it as well, but I feel like, you know, when you have certain things or you grew up with certain things, it's easy to take it for granted.
Facts. No, facts, yeah. Yep. And I feel like every generation go through it. We all got something we took for granted.
For sure.
So it's just
even us, just all of us as Americans.
Yeah.
If you think about our freedoms and shit we can do here in America that people in other countries just can't do, we take that. That's the biggest thing we take for granted.
My girl just came back from Colombia. My wife just came back from Colombia, and she was like, it's so poor over there. They robbed her friend for her ID, and left the money. That's how poor they were.
What are they gonna do with the ID?
I don't fucking know. That's what I said. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, bro. They and there was a bunch of money in there. They probably took a few dollars, but they
left for somebody to get a new ID.
Bro, it was crazy.
They were just
bro.
a hack, bro. I just seen on Twitter earlier. There was a hack. All the social security numbers in America, everybody's social security number got stolen and leaked on the web or something like that.
What?
Which I don't really know what that means. Like, what can somebody really do with your social security? I guess they can like apply for credit cards or get some shit. I mean, I don't know.
They're probably just figuring out who got the best social security, the best credit, and just run it up. I guess that's
So
all I
you're
can
saying,
think
so
of.
you start engineering, you start producing first in your grandma's house. It gets rated. Maybe touch a little bit more on.
I went everywhere. That was like the first 4 years.
Yeah, we can kind of bounce around, but maybe touch more on why do you think these people, like you're saying, people come and go. Why do you think? What's some of the reasons you think people quit and don't persevere?
Because they feel like it's too hard, and that's not really what they want to do, or they might not be designed to do it. You know what I mean? But I just take it up that they don't want it that bad. It's like,
for them.
Yeah, and everybody has that option to make that decision. Like it's okay to lock in on something and just really lose the passion for it and just find something different, just go do something different. And you never know, that passion might come back, but if it don't, I don't know. But they just don't be wanting it. That's all it is for real. Don't nobody really want to work that hard. Like, when they see how hard we got to work behind the scenes to keep what we got, yes. And everything don't always pay up front. It sometimes pays a year later, 2 years, 10 years. Like,
yeah, especially in this industry, I feel like you'll work for 10 years to really get that first, like, decent payday.
Nigga, yes. Like, bro, like, yes. My first 10 years was, like, probably the hardest point in being in the music. Because you got to deal with nobody fucking with you. Then you got certain people fucking with you. Then you got like, then you trying to figure out if what you're doing is right. Nobody wants to tell you the secrets. And then when you find somebody to tell you the secrets, they might tell you a little bit and feed you a little bit of information. Then you got to play this game. It's like, it's stressful, bro. And then once you kind of get over that hump of understanding that you're doing it right, you're on the right path, the people you moving with are right, then you kind of like, it gets a little easier. It's like, okay, I see what's going on now. And then you start your rotation, you get into your routine of things, and you understand, all right, I got to design this, I got to control this, I have to communicate these different things. Like, that's another thing, communication. A lot of people just don't, they got to practice that communication for real.
So you started like 22 years ago.
Yeah.
What was the scene like at that time?
This is with...
That's definitely before my time. I'm 28. So
For real?
I'm 6 years old.
Dang,
when you started.
Bro,
He said he's recording people's great grandsons and shit.
Yeah, bro. No cap, bro. But the scene when I got out there in Virginia, it was coming together. Double XL. You ever heard of Double XL?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Double XL...
Like the freshman class list and shit.
Yeah, no.
The
I'm
magazine?
talking about the rapper from Newport News.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Double XL.
I haven't, no.
So he was like the OG out here, and then you had Miss Blend. She was a radio station owner out here, and she used to work for Jay-Z, all of them.
Is she a part of the Blends Awards?
That's her award show.
That's hers? Okay.
I won Producer of the Year in 2007, bro.
That's crazy. Okay.
At the Blendsville Awards. So, but I always look at them as like my mom and my dad when it comes to this Virginia music scene.
Okay.
They kind of showed me how the game works. I was like 15, 16 in the clubs performing. I had like 50 artists with. I was probably like 17. My boy Wax was probably about 16. But I had like 50 artists. I had an artist. All right, so how I set up Major Movement, my first record label, I had basically a boss in each 7 cities. And then they had about 7 rappers underneath of them. So when I would have boss meetings with them, and because I was a big fan of the Mafia. My grandma, so once I learned how they organize shit, I said, oh shit, all right, we could do this with the music. And then I kind of orchestrated it like that. So you got your conciliaires and all of that shit. Just, you got people to talk to people. I had assistants. It was wild. And then like, my mom even started helping me with it, like helping me manage some of the artists, and it was crazy, bro.
Was that first record label profitable? Like how were you guys making money at that time? Like selling CDs, doing shows,
selling
or
CDs. Bro, I've been selling CDs since high school. I was in high school with my backpack selling CDs, bro. Like, yeah, I used to get out of school, go to the shopping center and just sell like 100 CDs. So I would always keep money doing that. Then I was doing engineering and producing, and then anybody that was around me, they had CDs. I would always try to make sure somebody was making money. You know what I'm saying? So that way they could eat for themselves too. We weren't doing. It wasn't like legit. I was trying to figure this shit out then. So it was like I had the LLC back then. The sheriffs came to my crib because they had to do the fire code shit, and that's when I learned that I couldn't do this shit at my house.
What fire code shit?
It was like I don't know. I had a studio in my grandmother's house, and then I was doing everything legit. So I went to the LLC, and they had to come and check the space. Yeah, it was the fire
like for like capacity or something like that.
The plugs.
Oh, all the rules that like would apply to a business.
Yeah,
like
that's
a place of business. So
right.
you put your grandma's house as the address for the business. Okay, yeah.
And you know that kind of taught me how to start doing things the right way. Like, all right, so you got to do this when you do it, or you know, register for this. So, but it was. I wouldn't say it was profitable because I was just learning. So it was just like I was fucking up a lot, but I was also doing good because we was opening up for like major artists like Jim Jones.
When they came out here?
Yeah, yep. They had a club called Blakely's. And for me to be that young, getting opportunities like that for everybody in the label was older than me. I was the youngest person in the label, and I ran the label. So, like, I didn't realize like how that is kind of crazy. But yeah, we was in the clubs, bro. I was like 17 at Blakely's, setting up, coordinating. I'm like, all right, y'all got to go on this time, doing the show sets for them, making sure they know how to perform, making sure they practice. Everybody got their shirts on. We branding. I was branding early with that. Like, we used to come to the club 50 deep with the same shirts on, and when we walk in there, we screaming out the label name. It don't matter who on stage. We screaming out our shit and we going in there. So it was kind of like some BMF shit almost.
Yeah.
Now I could kind of see like what they was talking about now, like why they said like thought I was a super drug dealer. But
what was the biggest mistake you think you made with that first label? And what was it called again?
Major Movement.
Major Movement.
Yeah. I don't even look at none of it as a mistake because I was learning. You know, we all was learning together. You know, and we start Fresh. Fresh was one of them.
He was on the label?
Me, him, and my boy Intense was like the founders of it. But I told you,
was
Fresh,
he one of the 7 people in like? So you had 7
bro, he
leaders
was one of the
cities?
head people. Like it was me, him, and Fresh, and then like one of the 7 basically.
Okay,
but no, he started it with me like day one. Like
that's crazy
because they used to. I told you they was teaching me how to just, like, those were my people I looked up to be like, all right, this is how you become a man. This is what you do. This is how you move. You know what I mean? Like, I was learning. I was young. So they was like my mentors, him and my boy Intense. But Fresh was always nervous. He was nervous about this shit. So he was just like, y'all just go out there and do this. And I
think he was rapping before too. Was he rapping on the label at that time?
Yes, bro. Fresh can rap, bro.
And if you guys don't know, we're talking about Fresh from Individuals. He has a clothing brand right now. That's whose hat this is.
Yeah, bro. So, and then Intense, he was good at marketing. So he always pushed me to just like do little marketing stuff. That was before I even understood that's what it was. But yeah, that's how we all started, though. And I kind of carried it. That's what happened. So we all started it, and I kind of carried it and started organizing it and, like, you know, just pushing it more and more and more. But, yeah, bro. Damn.
How long did that label last?
It was probably from, I was probably, 16, 17 to, 22. I ended up being stressed out.
How come?
I couldn't balance shit. Like, I was in school. I was in college. By the time it ended, I was in college, still running the label. I had moved the studio out my grandmother's house. I had a girlfriend that was with me. We was living together. Like it was just becoming a man. It was just like, yo, this shit. And my head, I ended up going to the hospital because my head swelled up, like from the stress. Like something happened and this shit just swelled up.
That big? How big?
Yeah, like I don't know. That shit.
Can you hear bro say like?
Yeah, no, it wasn't like no crazy. It was like that big. But
what was it? Did they say like what? They said it was from stress?
Yeah. They definitely said I was just stressed the hell out. It was a lot, bro. And I was like trying to hold everything down. So, just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Not keeping it simple. I'm doing too much,
What were you going to college for?
Business. I was going to college for business. And I was at Tidewater Community College.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go to
right?
Full.
Yeah.
TCC Norfolk campus. I wanted to go to Full Sail. Like my mom drove me and my homeboy down there to go see the campus. We applied, but I couldn't afford that shit. It was like, I don't know. It was like $40,000 for 2 years, or some crazy number. I don't know. It was a lot of money though.
So did you put music down? Like after you ended that label, did you step away from music for a bit at that time? Like while you're in college, while you're dealing with this head injury?
No, because you got to think now, I was still running the studio. So like that was my source of income. So I couldn't just stop.
Oh, so you kept running the studio. Even when you stopped your label, you're still engineering other people.
And that's what kind of started my journey is like, engineering is my thing now. Like,
bro, I feel like engineering is probably songwriting and engineering are the skills that still haven't got their credit. I feel like producers didn't get their credit for a while. They are now. I feel like you see producers that have their own brands, they have their own thing going on. But songwriters and engineers, nobody gives a fuck for us still.
The songwriters, I don't think they can get it because they're basically ghostwriting. So you don't want people to really know, and most of the time it's in their agreements that you can't
talk about it.
Yeah. So you just pay the hire. But for engineers, we don't, bro. Especially because a lot of us engineers, don't know about publishing and all of that stuff because we're not looking at us chopping up the beats and doing drops and all of that stuff as production or producing, which it is. So you get a producer credit for doing that.
Do a lot of engineers get those credits?
Well, now we're starting
industry engineers? Really?
Not all the time, no.
They're just usually pay for hire, like you're saying, for the songwriters?
Yep. But so that's why when people go to studios, they're usually just recording the vocals and not doing nothing else to the vocal. Because once you start getting into putting your own creativity into it, now that's part of the production phase of it, So, and you should get a percentage. But some big engineers, they might get 2 points, 3 points from a record. I don't know now. It just depends on the agreement and the artist. But they'll get some kind of,
Can you explain, because I've heard people mention points before. Can you explain to me how the point system works when it comes to royalties and stuff like that?
So you got, all right, so you got your music side and you got your, what is this? Your music and your publishing side or whatever, or your writer side. So you know about BMI or ASCAP?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know how it works.
So that's like your publishing. So a song is split between publishers and writers.
Okay.
So just because you had something, and even producers are called writers in this space. So the producer automatically gets 50%, and whoever wrote the song gets 50%. And then you start working in that agreement. So say if you wrote for somebody, then you would get a percentage for performing it from the writers and publishers. And the person who wrote it gets a percentage, the producer gets a percentage. You know what I mean? From the
So is 1 point 100%? Like 1%?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think BMI splits it up into 200%, 100 for writers and 100% for publisher, but it still all equals out 100% basically.
Okay, so you finish the label, or you end the label, the first label. You focus fully on engineering. You move it out your grandma's house at that point.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you left off at.
Yeah. It's I'm 22 at that time. And I just had the studio, just learning more about the studio. I engineered for Freeway around this time. I think I did a Project Pat record around that. No, that came later. Who else came to the studio? Who else was it?
Just watch out for that. I can't remember.
Moulage, you remember them? The tricking if you got it, tricking if you got it, tricking if you got it. Which
maybe I can't remember.
T-Pain, they sampled the T-Pain joint or the T.I. shit.
Hey, bro, you can sit right here if you want on that green chair. Just watch out for the camera.
Yeah, but I was like 22 and I was just learning how to run the studio and just building up, building up my resume at that time.
What was that first studio?
This was...
Because I think you have... Isn't VIP Studio yours right now?
It's not mine. No, that's Zico and that's Mike.
Okay.
So both of them own Vips, and we came together. Well, it's about to be 2 years now, to show people people could work together and make money together and create opportunities for artists through two different entities without, bullshit going on. So
I feel like we saw that a lot over the years, and I think I saw you mention that on. I seen a clip of you when you were talking to, what was her name, Jada? Is it Jada Media? The light-skinned girl? I forgot. I think it's Jada Low Media.
Was that at the Slover Library one?
I think so.
Yeah,
Y'all were sitting next to each other?
Yeah.
I think you were mentioning on there how you've seen that over the years, how people be in competition around here but won't really want to come together to spread the message further.
Yeah, and that's, I ain't gonna just say it's like it's just around here.
No, that's everywhere.
Every city, every state, it's always a local mindset type of, thing, and either you're going to run away from it or you're going to try to fix it. And I was just like, shit, I can come up. I'm good at, me being an engineer, I'm good at coming up with solutions. So that's kind of, I'm solution driven. So I'm like, shit, I could help out with that, or at least try. And it's been good. So,
bro, the way I always think about, the way I've been saying kind of that is, like, how they say we have a crabs in a bucket mentality around here?
Yeah.
First of all, like you said, I think that's everywhere. I think every place that hasn't made it yet feels like that. Mm-hmm. And I kind of compare it to, like, just imagine if there's famine, right? Mm-hmm. If you're in your neighborhood right now and there's famine, nobody has food, everybody's starving. So you can't, it's hard to think about your neighbor and everybody else when you're not even eating.
Yeah.
So that's the mentality we're in right now. That's just the psychology of it.
Yep.
None of us are on yet. None of us have made it yet. So we're all just trying to eat, and we don't have time or energy to think about other people. We have to focus on ourselves to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a real thing. And this just starts with self-healing and all of that stuff, bro. Like, just taking time to understand yourself, subduing your passions, and, just seeing how you can help people instead of how you could take, you know what I mean, or how you could harm them, or how you could take advantage, or what you gonna get out of it. Like, because going into it like that is just, you gonna burn yourself out for real. And everybody gonna end up looking at you like, okay, you burnt out. And keep doing what they doing, you know what I'm saying?
I went through a couple periods of, like, feeling like burnout. Have you gone through burnout in this 22 years?
That's how I can recognize it. I come from all of that. You know what I mean? I come from that mindset, from a crabs in the barrel mentality. You got to understand, I grew up in the music. So it's like I had the experience growing up and being the man and understanding this stuff through the music. So yeah, I had burnout. I had anything you can imagine, bro. 1,000 times we done burnt out. Bro, I almost became a car salesman one time. I was so burnt out.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it should but it's like, nah, you doing what you love, so just stay focused.
So have you never had, like, another job? Music is always the way you've made money, like, your whole life?
Since I was 18. Yeah, I had like nine jobs before that, though. I worked at Best Buy. I gave away a TV by mistake. I worked at the grocery store.
Wait, how'd you give a TV away?
I lost a check, bro. I don't know how the fuck it's like, as soon as I started liking the job, I lost the shit. I never kept a job more than 3 months, bro. Like, never. And I always hustled too, though. Like I said, I was selling CDs, selling drugs. I was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? So it was just doing the most, bro. I was doing everything. So I was hustling, I'm from Baltimore, so, like, that's kind of like how I grew up.
I don't know if you're from Baltimore.
Yeah, bro. I was selling candy at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like, this same classic hood niggas.
I've responded to somebody's tweet, like, last week. I was kind of joking, but it was serious. Mm-hmm. And they were like, all the real hustlers used to sell candy in school, whatever. I was like, I was in first grade selling origami. First grade, I'm making origami, selling it for $1.
See?
Then sixth grade, I moved up to, that's when iPod Touches dropped. I'm jailbreaking people's iPod Touches for $20. Then high school, I'm doing yard work for people, selling weed at the same time. Then I graduate high school. Then I get into, like, now I'm podcasting, and I'm an electrician as well.
Word.
So I work for myself right now. I actually wired this place. I wired our house.
But
that's like that's my side gig. Like, but yeah, I feel like I've always been a hustler too. Like, my parents too. I'm from Bosnia.
What?
My parents, I came here when I was like 4, but I go back and like visit all the time.
That's dope.
My dad was a crazy hustler too, bro. Like he was like my dad was at 14 years old going from Bosnia to different countries in Europe to buy cars and bring it back to Bosnia and sell them and shit. Like at 14, going to different countries.
Get it for the low, sell it for
He was
the
like a
high.
taxi driver. He was selling cars. They worked on the flea market selling shit. Like
Yeah, bro, it's just getting it. It ain't. That's why it's like hustling ain't always selling drugs. It's just whatever you know how to sell. You just get it well. You feel me? Like go get it.
selling drugs is actually like, if you actually are a good hustler,
Yeah.
there's a lot better things I feel like you can apply your hustle to. Selling drugs actually is not that profitable unless
Not
you're
anymore.
unless you're like a kingpin, which most people aren't. And,
Yeah.
and I feel like the risks involved with that doesn't really. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
Like,
back
yeah.
then you gotta think this 20-something years ago, we was selling breakdown out the middle of the cut. We had a bunch of weed breakdown 5s and 10s and just ride around selling weed because you never know who gonna want some shit. Are they like?
I was on some
bro.
shit
It was
too.
a different. That was different.
Yeah, we were selling weed in high school. That was when like they had XO and LO.
Yup.
So I used to like I'll take the LO and I'll sell it all as XO.
Dang.
Just double, triple up, whatever it is.
Damn.
To some of my white boys.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Just go
And I
crazy.
even tried to cut corners. I was selling nicks for $4 and dimes for $8.
Bro, the
that shit,
Aki's
bro.
got the weed game now on lock for around
Yeah,
here.
nah, for real. That's
Bro,
how
there's
they is
smoke
in
shops
New
on
York, too.
every bro, literally within the last like 2 years, there's 5 smoke shops that's opened up within this mile of Jefferson right here.
Wow.
I'm like, bro, put a juice
I
bar
seen
up or
one had
something.
a drive-through.
Yeah, they got the drive-through.
I was like, that's
24
gangsta.
hours. Oh yeah, so also you mentioned these engineering secrets that like people didn't want to touch on. What do you want to give out? Like, what are some of these secrets in engineering you feel like you learn, or like some engineering tips, tricks that you feel like coming up engineers should know about? Do's and don'ts in engineering, like definitely don't do this, or like, you know.
I could do that for years, but I would suggest every engineer go to AES, the Audio Engineering Society's conference every year.
Okay.
Sign up for AES, get in tune with it. We got a conference every year in New York at the Jarvis Center, and you're going to run into all the top engineers and build relationships. You can go to all the studios, like Quad is open. Every studio you could think of, Platinum Sounds, they all having studio parties, and you get to just jam out, listen to music. You get to see what new equipment is coming and where the trend of the music is coming, all of that stuff. And you'll get to build relationships with real strong engineers that's actually doing this every day. So I would suggest just do that. Start with that first if you're a beginner engineer. Because if I'd have knew that a long time ago, that would have been a game changer for me. And then, because I can give away engineer tips like EQing tricks and all of that shit.
Yeah,
But,
talk a little bit about that.
all right.
He's like, man, I don't want to give away
Engineer-wise.
the sauce, man. Do you
No, I
think?
don't
Do,
mind
okay,
it.
before you get into that, can you make great sounding music with stock plugins, or do you need to buy plugins?
No. If you can't do it with stock plugins, you gotta still keep working. You know what I'm saying? Because you should be able to get the job done with stock plugins. All these other plugins are just third-party plugins that make things easier or help you get stuff done quicker.
But you're
So-
saying you can get the same exact sound.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can definitely... Like Earth Gang, the project I did for Earth Gang, that was all stock sounds. That wasn't no crazy... Like, and I still got some of the sessions. I probably had like 2 or 3 plugins on them joints.
What project did you do for Earth Gang?
The Shallow Toys for Graves. That was like one of their earlier projects, but that was their first project on Billboard, and it was for everybody was up there. Jid was up there. It was a Spillage Village project, but Earth Gang was always the ones that was spearheaded everything. They was just trying to keep Spillage Village together. But
How did you link up with those guys, and how did you? Yeah, so you're touching. You said that you're working with these local artists in the beginning.
Right.
What was that transition, or how did you start working with these big industry acts? I feel like you have a lot of
them
big
niggas
placements.
was local then.
Earth
They
Gang?
was local, yeah.
Not to here. Are they from here?
Yeah, they not from here. They was going to HU.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they went to HU, and my boy Slim, 3-Way Slim, he brought them to the studio and was like, bro, you got to work with them. And then I ended up doing like 3 or 4 projects with them. And then I watched their whole process. Even when they moved down to Atlanta, they was like, yo, Bigz, come down there. But I was running the studio. Like I told you, I had all of that stuff going on, so I couldn't just drop and go. I ain't understand how to just leave and just go chase that dream. I was grown as shit, doing shit. They was in college. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm looking at them like, oh, okay, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. So, but transitioning into bigger acts and working with bigger acts came from me just grinding, bro. Like going to events, being in the right places, and mainly like working on my craft because people kept bringing major acts to my studio to get to record and do stuff. You know what I mean? Or get me to mix some songs for them. Like I did a song for Gucci and them back then. Just from that. Even at my grandma's house, I recorded a dude named Mike Mills. He was signed to Alicia Keys' label. He was a rapper. It was like one of their first rappers that they was trying to branch off with and all that. I recorded AK. AK came to my house. He was with Pimp Squad Click back in the day. And then some of the local people like Doubt Gotcha came to the crib. Low C. You ever heard of Low C? Popping back.
I'm not sure.
Back then.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, he was popping back
Karen
then.
be a hip to a lot of people. Like before me, he'll put me on with a lot of people.
For real?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like people from the town was like everybody was coming through. So just putting in that work and constantly like just working for real. And then
I was about to say okay, my phone said okay. And it's 757 right now, by the way.
That's
okay,
hard. Yeah. That's gangster.
A lot of times I look at my phone and be 757, not to cut you off. We just got back from LA. Literally, I stepped out the airport at 757.
That's
757.
tough.
I'm like,
you on the right path, bro.
Bite.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it. And then people start hearing in the industry like, oh, you do this. And then they'll just start calling you, and then setting up situations, whether it's like, most of the time for me it's engineering stuff. But now it's more so producing and production stuff now. Because once I started engineering like and really taking it, like putting my full focus on it, I stopped producing as much. I just focused in on just engineering and just becoming a really great engineer and understanding what it is. And from there, it was over.
What are some recent like production stuff you done?
Engineering wise, I did something for Doechii. She's an R&B singer with TDE.
I think I saw that on your Instagram. Is that the one where the girl was like laying on the couch?
Yeah.
And she had got up?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Fauna Hughes came and recorded something. She's on tour with Lucky Day right now.
No, I followed her. I didn't know who that was when I saw that clip, but yeah, I followed her for that.
Yeah, she came and did those vocals you hear in it. She was doing those vocals. And then the G Herbo joint with Zico, MJ. Well, Michael up there.
Oh, so Michael produced the G Herbo joint.
Yeah, and it's all Zeke and Mike, man. They my brothers, man. But yeah, so it was us three. And then, what's another? Oh, Skilla Baby, the joint with Baby Ree and Skilla Baby. That was dope. Damn, what else? I can't think of everything right now. Conway, I ain't produced that one. I just engineered that one. I don't know. It's a lot, bro. We've been working, bro.
I also seen that you have a podcast too.
Yep.
This is Big Show podcast.
Yeah, it's old though. I
watched some of the clips over there. I think the newest one was made like 10 months ago. Are you still doing that?
You watched it?
I watched some of it. Like I went through.
You talking about the one with the goddess with me and DG or old?
The newest one?
I don't know which one.
I went just skimmed through a few of them. Yeah. I think the newest one was from like 8 or 10 months ago.
Yeah, the newest ones, like me and DG. DG is actually from y'all side too. Shout out to DG, man. I've been working with her for a while, and Old Head, they solid, man. They've been doing their thing. But yeah, that podcast, I ain't really stick to it.
So you done with it, you think?
I would love to do it. It's just it's time consuming and it costs money. I even like got it down to, all right, how much is it gonna cost me per episode? And
to like rent out the spot or get it edited or what's the cost?
Editing. It was just editing. Okay. And
so you were paying somebody else to edit it?
Yeah, bro. Okay. I'm not doing none of that camera stuff, bro. Like I'd rather.
It's funny because I love doing that part too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you gotta have a passion for it, bro. And I like to do it, but right now, like I just be so busy with engineering. It's just like I don't have the time to like really focus in on it. And then we do have a podcast called Connect with the Bridge.
The Bridge. I've seen it. I actually watched the first episode last night with KRS.
Yes.
What's that? Is that girl's name Samandy?
Yeah.
So I met her like a few weeks ago at the Nicholas F show. And she was like telling me how much she fucked with the Off-World podcast. And we talked for like a good 20, 30 minutes. I was talking with her and her friend. And I also seen that this girl Samandy has an interview with No Malice from like 10, 15 years ago.
Sis been doing it forever. She the one who keep me in check. And happy birthday to her too, the day of her birthday.
But now it's funny. I watched that full episode last night. I actually love KRS. I never really got too hip onto his music. I feel like it was a little before my time.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of his like lectures and like him speaking and stuff.
Smart, bro.
It's funny because it's like a 30, 40-minute episode. She asked him 2 questions. Like, you don't really got to say shit. KRS would just go. Like, he was just talking shit.
I loved being in there because he was just it was natural. It was just a flow. Like, he just knows so much, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't hip to him as much as everybody else was, but when I got to be around him, and the reason that did you see D1? You ever heard of the rapper D1?
I don't think so.
But he's like a conscious rapper, but we introduced him and KRS-One.
D1.
Yeah.
Is D1 from out here?
Nah, he's from Louisiana.
Okay.
But he was a school teacher, and he stopped teaching school to be a rapper, like a conscious rapper.
What's his name? Lupe's teaching hip hop at Harvard, I think, right now.
Yes, bro.
Is it Harvard?
I think it is Harvard. That was a gangster move, bro. And KRS-One got school. He got hip hop schools too.
The hip hop school. I think he just posted actually a post today. They're walking around the Bronx for, I think, hip hop 51st year.
Yeah.
And they're just walking around like just not protesting, but just speaking out for like just put the guns down, stopping the violence and shit.
Definitely, that's hard. That's hard, bro. I ain't see that one, but that's
so
tough.
So I guess the Bridge podcast, that you're like co-producer on that. Like,
yeah, I just
I
do the audio, and then I'll host sometimes with Samandi and Kat, and Zeke is on it, and Mike, he'll be on it sometimes too. But
yeah, like you're saying, a lot goes into doing a podcast.
Yes.
People think it's just this, you just sitting there talking shit, which it is in a way, I guess. But yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while to really get in the flow. Like the saying is, 90% of podcasts that start, they don't make it past 5 episodes.
Yep.
And then the ones that do, it usually takes, it sounds crazy, but it usually takes about 200 episodes to find your style. See. You have to do 200 episodes before you really get comfortable and figure out like how you want it to flow, how you want it to sound.
That's
like
perseverance, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I say about the artists. It take time to get to that point. It's not like all right, I got it. We here. Let's do it. I'm like, nah, you got to build up and know if you even want it, get through it, understand your style. It's like you're a baby, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I related to people too. It's like, all right, if you've been in the music game for a year, you're only a year old. So you might have somebody like MJ who I can have breakdown to you how you supposed to register your music and everything. He's only 14. But he's been in the game 3 years. And then somebody who just started a year ago, they might not be able to break it down, but they might be 30-something years old. And he could break it down, but they only a year old. He's only 3. It's the time you put in. You can't beat time.
Me and Raja were talking about this. You can't beat time. But like, I feel like I don't want to say that's where the game went wrong, but I feel like for the past like 5-6 years, hip hop has been kind of dry. And I think it's because it is a bunch of quote unquote babies, like you said, people that are just getting in the game.
Yeah.
They haven't even been here long enough to develop their own style or to know what they really want to do.
Right.
They've been kind of just blowing up, getting lucky, and not really knowing how to move from there.
Right.
Maybe touch on that too. Like, why do you think artist development went away from the game? Like, is there room for it to come back? Like, how do you look at artist development? Like, what does that mean?
I think it went away just with technology because recording yourself and doing things as an artist, you can be more self-sufficient now. So it's like, instead of me having to find somebody who do music and learn it, you can go right to YouTube, learn it, download the app on your phone, start recording the song and drop it from your phone right now without me even having to talk to nobody. I ain't got to leave this room to do that. So it's just with technology, it changed. But I think it is a space for it because, like you said, now people want to take it serious. Once they get it on their phone and they release a song and see how people react to it, and then they like, oh, I like that. That was cool. I want to do this again. I want to do it again. And then they start asking people like, yo, I seen him doing it forever. Let me go ask him some questions. All right, how do I do this for real? So now it's kind of like, you got music out prematurely. You see how people respond to it, but now you want to do it for real. So it's like once you want to do it for real, now you ask somebody, and that's where the artist development comes in. It's like, all right, now I could develop you because now you know you have an interest and you could kind of stick with it. You know what I mean? And you kind of see what it takes. Now I'm gonna show you what it really takes and how the game really works, and then take you to another level and see if that's what you want. Then you go to another level and be like, all right, this is what I want. And then when you become self-sufficient enough to operate and run your own business without me having to tell you, all right, do this or do that, or then you know you're ready and you've done with artist development. You know?
That's kind of like, I guess, from the fans' perspective. What about from the label's perspective? I feel like labels stopped doing artist development because they started focusing on these like TikTok artists or like these trendy artists that are kind of just here today, going tomorrow. They want to get that quick bag because that's what's hot at the time.
Right. And the more knowledge you give an artist, I feel like labels want artists to stay dumb and blind so they can collect more money. Because this the thing, it's like even with Sound Exchange, if you don't collect your money within a certain time period, that goes to the label or goes to whoever the bigger people are.
What's Sound Exchange?
That's another platform you use to collect your money, your admin platforms.
Oh, like some BMI type thing?
Yeah, it's not publishing. It collects like your royalties from like, say like a Pandora, radio stations you can't really control what you want to hear, like Sirius XM and all of that. But yeah, if you don't collect your money from it, it goes to somebody else, you know? And that's kind of how these platforms and stuff eat, because the platform splits it, the label heads might split it, and then the top artists in the game might split it. And that's coming from that can come from a lot of different places, not just that platform. So it's like the more you keep them in the blind, I can give you $100,000. You still gonna have to pay me that plus interest, and then I'm gonna still collect other. I'm
gonna still make like $2 million off you.
You feel me? So it's like that's why I feel like labels don't want them to pretty much know how this operates. Because if you see every artist that ends up being on a label for a long time, they always end up wanting to buy their masters back and be independent at the end of the road. It's always like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, oh, I know y'all collecting all this money from everything. But they have the platforms and the power to blow stuff up. So once they blow it up, they can eat off of it. You being independent might not know how to blow it up for yourself. You know?
Yeah, I say shit like that too. In one hand, I feel like labels don't get enough credit. Like they do an important job. If you're just an artist and you want to just make your music, like that's not enough. Yeah. There is a whole business and a structure that you have to either create or plug yourself into this other structure that's already created. That's right. For your music to last. Yeah, you can have a hot song, but you don't know all the things that you need to know, or you're not going to do all the things you need for that song to still be hot in 20 years. So that's where the label comes in at. So like they do play an important role, I would say. But I do want to see like them being more fair with the artist. Like I feel like a label shouldn't make more than the artist.
Well, it's not about being fair. You get what you negotiate, and that's where artists, instead of cutting corners, a lot of artists try to cut corners from stuff because they want to either save money or try to save time. But you can't cut corners. Get your lawyer, talk to your lawyer, ask them what all of this stuff means.
And probably get a lawyer that doesn't work for the label.
Right. You got to get a separate lawyer. And you negotiate with them and tell them, like, look, I don't want this. I want this. And you got to know what you want as an artist. You can't just be like, oh, I'll just see. It might come and then it might pop from there. No, you need to know what you want to get out of it, and be happy with that and keep going.
Because being somebody that's been in this music game in some type of way for 22 years, have you noticed a pattern of like the trends over the years, where things evolve to? Like, if so, what do you think is the next era, like the incoming era of music?
What's next? Oh, man.
Because they say things like circle back around.
It does. You know it's like every 20 years, I think, from what I've experienced. Because like even like the baggy pants and all of that stuff came back. The music, even like now, it's like, remember how Lex Luger beats used to have the Ike and all of that, create the quirky sounds, and all of those sounds is coming back now in the trap music. So yeah, it ain't nothing new under the sun, for real, for real. I don't know, but I don't know where it's going as far as sound because of AI. So AI is like really mimicking. It can really make anything and everything. from the smallest detail to the highest detail. So we kind of just got to wait and see. And we just got out of, I feel like every time Kendrick come up, like every presidential election, let me put it this way, the music changes. It either go from everybody want to have fun or everybody want to be serious and be, what do you call it?
Conscious?
Yeah. It goes from conscious and then everybody have fun, then conscious. So, but then even with Kendrick's song, his song was super conscious, but it still was fun. So now it's a hybrid of both right now.
You talking about Not Like Us?
Yeah. So we're going to see, man. I feel like it might be a hybrid right now. It's the time of the hybrids where everything coming together, getting mixy. And
I feel like Sexy Red kind of came back with that almost like early 2000s sound. Like that's her kind of vibe.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like that old trap sound. Everybody want dirty sounds, dirty drums. And
so you think that AI is going to play a pivotal role in the future of music? Like, do you think, this might be a conspiracy, I know this is kind of crazy, like, do you think labels would try to use AI to completely cut the artist out?
No. I don't think you can ever really completely cut the artist out because AI needs somebody behind it to work it, to give it the emotion. AIs don't have emotion. So, like, I don't
For right
think
now?
Yeah.
I just posted some shit on my story. It was like, it's some new software, AI software that's creating pictures, and it's like the most realistic human pictures. It's fake people. The AI made these fake, but it looks real as fuck. That's the next thing is video. They say we're gonna have that by next year, where like you literally will not be able to believe any video you see online. Like it could be fake.
Yeah.
It'll just look like you can't. It's indistinguishable from reality.
Yeah, that's definitely here. You know what I mean? And if y'all know about like marketing, they have neuro marketing where they can market shit into your brain without you even dealing with shit. So it's
what do you mean by that?
Shit's get different right now. Like through frequencies and stuff, they have marketing agencies that use little different frequencies and devices and stuff that actually market shit into your brain, make you think of stuff or make you see, you know, like even when people say the phone is listening, it's listening. That's part of marketing. You know, like you say stuff in there, then you start seeing the advertisement for it. You getting stuck in their web. They got you in their marketing web.
I haven't heard of that where they're trying to do stuff for like or like frequencies or shit you can't hear. But I know like in marketing, they really do a lot of research on like psychological like even down to the colors, like what color will make you buy this, or like you said, what sound, or like what use a specific word. Like it's a real science to that shit.
That's old market. That's old school marketing rules, bro. Like I mean, and that's the things that never change. Everything has things that change always, constantly, and things that never change. Those things are never going to change because they trigger emotions and feelings.
Like nothing that probably never changes is sex appeal. They gonna use ads to sell anything, bro. I get on Instagram. You know how like you'll scroll through Instagram and then you'll see like the small reels. Yeah, and you can get on them. Why is it always bitches right there? It's always ass. I'm like, damn, like y'all know exactly what I want to see.
So do you know about Web3?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
So Web3 is like the new internet now. So that's why everybody is seeing what they're constantly used to showing on their phone. Their phone is just showing you back. It's a mirror. It's showing you back exactly what you want to see. So you can go have the potential to either buy or you spend your time looking at it.
You pay. I mean? You pay with your eyes, with your attention.
And that's just what it is now. It's just like getting attention. You want to get people's attention as much as possible because that gives them the chance to see if they want to buy your product or not. So they got to see you but so many times in order to know like, all right, yeah, I want to invest in this, or nah, this ain't for me. And then you know you won't see that ad no more. But you're going to see it like 25, 30 times before you even make a decision.
Also, I've seen in your bio, it says that you're a Grammy Voting Member.
Yep.
What is that? I think we had TZ So Dope up here. I think she's on the Grammy board. Is she a voting member?
I think she might be on the board.
I think she's on the board. So I guess you're like, are you like one of the people that actually votes for like who gets the Grammy, or how does that work?
I vote. Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
How'd you get involved with that? What's your experience been with that? Have you actually voted on any Grammys so far? Is it like this your first year?
Yeah, no. This is my third year and third or fourth year. I can't remember. It might be my fourth, but
yeah. How does the process work for that?
Well, we each have like our own category. It's like we only can nominate for like 3 categories or something, like not categories but genres.
Okay. What are your genres?
I think it's hip hop, comedy, and R&B. I think
They got comedy Grammys, like stand-up specials.
I think so. I can't remember, bro. It's because I filled all of that stuff out early in it, and then now I just vote on whatever comes. But the experience has been dope. It's kind of like voting for the president. So we all got the right to vote, and then whoever wins those votes, it win. And we're all creative, so it's like we all care about artist rights, producer rights, all of that stuff. We keep up with the laws, and it's kind of a mix between politics and the creatives
In what way?
in one space, because we have like a lot now. Think about it. The parties we go to, we have politicians there trying to help us get grants, funding for creatives in certain areas. Like my chapter is the DC chapter, but they help with a lot of stuff like that. So when we have these parties, we get to know the politicians, who's coming up with the laws for the musicians, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, because you hear these stories of like when people win a Grammy, like that's not who the fans voted for. The fans don't have a say. So are you saying that a lot of, because I mean, you might not know everybody, but are you saying that the majority of these Grammy voting members are people who are actually like in this space, they're creative and they care about what's going on? It's not like a money grab. Like you can't just like pay
hell
to
no,
win.
We don't get no money for it. I don't get paid no extra for being on the a voting member. We got to pay member dues, but when I connect with them, when we go to these parties, it's like, yeah, it's love, bro. And these people are different. They just creators that just care about the music, bro. Like everybody there, I haven't met one person there who, even the people who are like the presidents and all of that stuff, they're artists themselves, and they still have a dream and still put music out and stuff like that, and they're still learning processes and all of that. So like, yeah, they're all creators that just want to see us all win.
Have you voted for anybody that's won a Grammy?
Kanye West, I think. That's all I cared about for real. I don't really know
Kanye for everything.
Hell yeah, I fuck with Kanye.
I don't know what's going on with Burner. I think that you seen the shit about his dentist.
Nah,
They're saying like his dentist got him hooked on nitrous. First of all, nitrous is like big now. A lot of have you heard about this?
is that the stuff that's in that too?
Yeah, a lot of kids are doing that.
Yeah, in Baltimore, bro.
Yeah.
They everywhere
Bro.
doing it in Baltimore. They
First
got
of all, that shit
flavored nitrous
fucks
and
you
everything.
up, bro. That shit kills your brain cells quick.
For real.
That's not good. That's like one of the worst things you could do for real. Like, I used to see people doing that shit back in the day. Like, I've tried it before, like literally like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Just like a couple times. But yeah, I know that shit like rots your brain.
Damn.
And it's like the drug of choice for like a lot of kids right now.
I don't know, bro. I didn't even. That's.
And they say they're saying Kanye's dentist got him like hooked on it or something like that. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Hope not, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Now with Kanye, I don't be knowing what's real, what's not.
Have you thought about this? This is a theory I had a couple years ago. I actually spoke on this on the RXK Nephew pod, but have you noticed how the drug of choice that the youth is using affects the type of music in the game over the years? Like, depending on what drug the kids are doing, that determines like what kind of music they're making and like what kind of stuff they're into.
That time period, it was a lot. The music was slower. Now the music fast as shit.
It's like everybody starts doing coke and all the rap music just becomes EDM. It's all just like some fast ass shit. Like
drugs do go with the music. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like not to encourage that shit because I do not.
To encourage. I'm just saying like there's a correlation between what's being made.
Yeah, that's a real thing, bro. Yeah, and it's just I hate to be one of these people, but they just gotta stop doing the drugs and stop the violence, man. I don't hate to be one of those people, but I feel like it's so cliche because every old head says that. But why y'all developing? Y'all got to stop the drugs and stop the violence. Just
at least the violence. I mean,
yeah, bro.
Drugs, I get it. We all went through our thing, but I don't know. I think it's just as we get older, you actually start thinking about life. Like when you're a kid, like I remember being in high school, like you feel like high school will never end.
Yeah.
Like I'm a kid, like this is where I'm gonna be forever. Like you're not even thinking about tomorrow. You're just thinking about today and like what you can do right now. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to really inspire the youth to not focus on violence and shit like that. I don't know. Maybe it's part of it.
I would just say just be a listening ear. Don't drive them away. And like, just we got to try to get the youth to trust us, the higher generation, and just give it, like we got to lead by example because a lot of the youth want to see you. If you doing it, then I could follow that because I know it's real. But they're not going to believe these war stories. You tell them a bunch of shit and you ain't did it. Because nobody should believe that unless you can, you got people saying, yeah, he did do that. Or, yeah, he didn't change it completely and follow that because he was like this and now he like that. You know what I'm saying? So, because a lot of the youth be misguided sometimes, man. They looking for that guidance. But ain't none of us perfect either. You just got to try your best. Just keep trying.
Yeah, especially if that's a great person to listen to is somebody who's older, like you, that's been through it.
Yeah.
Like,
that experience,
I know where this path will lead you. You might want to listen to me.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, I ain't got to tell you not to drink bleach. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, don't drink the bleach. That ain't Kool-Aid.
So we talking about the youth. You do have some of your young boys with you.
Yeah,
some of these.
Man.
Are you guys like? Do you have a label right now? Are these people on your label?
No, it's not a label. I have an artist development program.
Okay. Do you want to touch a bit on that? And maybe we can have some people come on if you guys want to touch on. Maybe we can start with Michael.
Yeah,
or do you want to touch on your artist development program?
I started the artist development program just seeing that a lot of people didn't understand how this game works and wanted to know how it works. And I had to try to figure out, all right, because I used to give out a lot of, I would just have people at the studio with me all the time. Somebody might come into a session, then the next session you have, it might be a whole different engineer. I'm just giving people chances and trying to teach them. And I'm doing it for free, but it was kind of messing me up too, because it's like, one, it's not profitable and you spending a lot of time on them. And then two, you giving them chances, but they messing up the business. So it's like, it'll mess up your name in the long run. So I had to come up with a structure. And I kind of want to start a school and stuff like that, but right now I just do it for the ones that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's like my people, and we really, and I take them under the wing and just try to show them as much as I can in this industry and help them learn yo, this is what it really is. And I try to do it fast at first, but I know I go a little fast sometimes. I be telling them stuff and it'll go over their head and they be like, yo, what the hell? But I try to show them fast just because don't nobody got time to waste. So I kind of want them to know yo, this is everything you about to embark on. And then I'll slow it down and then break it down bit by bit by bit. You know what I mean? Until they understand it.
Do you want to come on, Michael? Talk some shit?
On, MJ. Michael. I got to stop calling him MJ. I'm one of them embarrassing.
Yeah, if you want, you can sit right there. If you want, you can move that mic over a little bit for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just, you kind of move it around off the, you can move the stand over.
Yeah, I'll be like, come here. That's my dad, though. My dad, I get that from my dad. I call you the name you told me not to call you 1,000 times.
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm about to come.
Yeah.
I said, bro, you need to come with me. He said, nah, I look bummy right now. I said, nah, bro, you good, bro.
That's fire. Do you want to just tell us, what's some stuff you learned from Bigz? Do you want to touch on how you feel about where you are right now? Maybe this G Herbo placement,
I'll start with Bigz and then get to G Herbo because that was recent. But Bigz, he cool. He tell you what you need to know, and if you got any questions, then he'll really just answer it straight up for it. But some of the stuff I learned was he started off with the the actual music wise, mixing, ways to arrange a beat, and then he went into more the business side. So now I'm learning how to register a song, copyright, and then now I got United Masters, so that's what you use to register. So I'm putting out beat tapes and stuff. I just dropped the beat tape, re-released Trapped in Harmony, so that's something I use.
Is that on all platforms?
Yes.
Okay. So so this beat tape, what's it called again?
Trapped in Harmony.
Do you want people to rap on those beats, or you want people to just listen to the tape as it is, or what's your goal with that?
I want to release my music so people can know who I am. When they rap on it, they can do anything they want. Well, hold on.
So now you can't do anything you want. I need a bag if you want to rap on it.
Yeah.
He was like, I want you to put no trash on my beat, man.
But I'm thinking about doing an open verse challenge for my beat tape, so they can pick a beat from my beat tape, do a 16-bar verse on it, and then upload it using a hashtag or whatever. So that's coming soon.
What they win?
$50 and a beat by me.
Oh,
50 in the beat. So I guess, hey, yo, I need that 50.
You feel me?
What do you think has been the hardest thing for you to grasp in this space?
Content, honestly.
Like making content like around your stuff. Okay.
Because I'm like you said, I'm picky, so it's either I make something, I don't like it, or I'm sometimes lazy, honestly, and I just don't get to it. And then I will make it, and I just don't post it.
Be like that. I'm the same way. It's just
That's bro. I mean, for real, that's kind of not every artist. Like you said about how we touched about editing the podcast. That's not your passion. You didn't want to do that. A lot of artists, their passion is making music. I don't want to sit here and make reels and make all this different stuff. So it's like these algorithms and these platforms like forces everybody to conform to these methods of blowing up.
Yes. Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you still got to do more than that. At the end of the day, you still got to do your guerrilla marketing just as much as you do your digital marketing. So it's just like both got to meet hand in hand. You just got to find your balance.
Yeah. So you touched on this beat tape. How did the G Herbo placement happen? How did that feel for you? Like that was your like first big placement.
Yeah. So G Herbo was Mike, the one from Vips. He was talking about it for a while too. Also Biggs, and so my dad told me actually that he was supposed to be coming out to the studio that same night, and so I had pulled up to the studio. I was waiting there for Loki for a good minute, and then later that same night, me, Biggs, and Zika made the beat for it, and then I actually put my camera up too, and
Bro,
was
make some
making
content.
the beat, and you could see G Herbo in the background. And so he left early. I think they went to a party or something, so I had left too. But I think later that night they recorded it.
Yeah.
And then
Shout out to Rico the plug.
yeah. And then
Is that song out?
Yeah.
it's out.
What song is it?
It's Rico the plug. What do you call that song? Oh, I'm about to look.
I was just on it too.
Yeah, I'm about to say you don't know what song it is? That's crazy.
Right?
Nah, cause it's
That's how you
confusing.
beat
It's
it.
confusing though, cause
Yeah.
the one you sent me is different from the name is different.
I know. Yeah, it was a whole different name. I'm about to look it up now.
That's fire, bro. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank
fire
you.
move. Who are some artists, I guess, around your age that you feel like will be like up next? Like, who you like right now?
What you mean?
Like maybe from your generation. Like, is there any artists right now that you like
That I like?
from around here?
Not really. I don't really know too many people around here. I ain't really.
Some of the people you work with around here. They
Right here?
Right now.
I work with Sham. I work with Scars, Big A. I work with Don Nitty, Savvy Hendrix.
This bro girl name. And Cam. Talking about Cam too.
Yeah, Cam. I just recently got a studio. And he's sharing it with me. So we would. Yeah.
Got your own studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
At
so-
14 though.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that's different, bro.
Yeah.
Different. And what's this girl name that you work with? You make
I don't know.
That's fire, bro. Well, I'm excited to see this beat challenge. What else? Like, excited to see what else you got coming out. That's cool. So this is like your first, I guess, interview in a way.
Yeah.
That's fire. Never interviewed a 14-year-old. That's hard.
And bro, this podcast is tough. Like when I
Thank you,
walked in
bro.
the room, the setup is nice, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Maybe next time if we talk, we might be in a bigger building when you pull up. That's hard. Does anybody else want to come over here? Say what you guys got going on?
y'all three can come over here if we can fit y'all three over here real quick.
Yeah, if y'all want to pull up, two of y'all can sit right there. One of y'all can sit right here if you like. How you guys doing, man?
Alright, what's up?
Do you want to start, bro? Like, just tell people your name. Like, what do you do? Yeah.
You can follow me at Big A2900_.
Are you guys all artists?
Yeah.
Okay. What
Got
do
an
you
album coming out September 6th.
Okay.
The Handsome Hustler too. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Got 2 new singles. that's released right now from the album. It's on all platforms. I mean, but Big 82900, you can.
The Handsome Hustler too.
The Handsome Hustler too.
When the first one come out?
It came out 2023, I believe.
Okay.
Last year. I think at the end of 22 maybe.
How did you get linked up with Bigz?
I've been on Bigz for a minute. But the artist development thing was just here recent. Just talking, going up there to record, and we just spoke about it, and I was like, let's do it. They tried to get me to, you know what I mean, another plateau.
Hell yeah. And
Right.
you said you're from Norfolk, right? Portsmouth?
Mm-hmm.
You go to Rivers?
Yeah.
Come on.
Stay out of there. Gotta stay out of there. Gotta stay out of there.
Bro, I went to Rivers a few times. The first time I was in there, I seen Young Money Yawn in there.
Yeah.
I seen a few other rappers. I'm like, yo, the city outside.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Also, side note on Rivers, I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't know if you know how in the gas stations and like stores they'll have the gambling machines?
Yeah.
If you've noticed for the past like year or two, those are gone. Rivers actually went and they somehow made it illegal for those gambling machines to exist because if they want like if you want to gamble in the city, they want you to go to Rivers.
Yeah.
So they made all those illegal somehow, like with the city.
Gas
Like
stations. And if you get caught doing
they got a monopoly on gambling now.
That's tough.
My corner store used to have them.
They don't have no more.
Nah, they still in the corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
they
shut
had them out.
down, though.
We
But it's crazy. Some in the city is still up though, and people will be still going in there.
I haven't seen it. Maybe it's probably on the low.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be. Yeah, we can't.
I ain't finna say where that. I was just saying.
I was kind of glad because I was tired of going to the gas station and seeing everybody. I'm like, bro, am I at the gas station in Vegas? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
that's up.
yeah, that
And
shit.
everybody that's sitting there plotting, so you never know, like, damn.
Yeah.
Walking in there, there's 20, 30 people sitting at one fish table, like, you ain't had a drink, so you not trying to pull out your money, like, damn, all these people you got in here that's chilling. I don't know what you playing.
So Handsome Hustler 2, that's on the way. Do you want to touch on what you got? What you working on right now, bro?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
you
I
can
go
just
back.
pull that mic over.
I go by Life Scars with 2 E's and 2 S's. I got I-64 that's out now. That's one of my favorite, because I like to drive fast, and everybody like to tell me to slow it down. They like to seatbelt up. If you know me, you know I like driving fast. I'm reckless, but we ain't gonna talk too much about that because I know they might be watching me. That's why I even bought a Honda, because I try to slow it down, but I'm about to get that GT soon, so I'm at the
Bro, don't
speed
get the
back up.
GZ, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I slowed it down for a little bit with the Lex. I was like, all right, because I got a reckless driving. So I was like, all right, let me get this 4-cylinder Honda. I can't get no more tickets.
I had one of those
Still
before.
been pushing
Yeah.
it. Still, she been breathing for help.
Brick on this foot.
So yeah, so now I deserve something nice too, man. I really been chill, pretty much with the music. I want to say for me, because I got myself out of the environment I was in, it'd be more hard for me to rap now because like I'm not in that environment no more. I put myself in more like in a peaceful state. I be chilling, like put up, making money. That's all I really do. Make money, stay in my lane, stay with the same people around me, building team. For real, that's all.
So-
and I make
yeah.
music for, yeah. Also, most definitely, you know I'm gonna get down to it. I'm gonna get down to it. I'm gonna talk. I'm warming up. I'm gonna get down to it. He was telling y'all about that Trench Baby. We did just recently shoot a video like 2 days ago. Matter of fact, 2 days. It was on a Sunday.
With y'all too? It's a song with y'all too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This past Sunday. Oh yeah, MJ produced it. Most definitely.
Okay.
I'm proud of them niggas doing that shit too, cause
Yeah.
it's been a struggle trying to just
Oh,
get
yeah.
to a video.
Matter of fact, what y'all were talking about earlier, like with the content stuff. Like I'm one of them artists that I'm not big on the TikTok posting content all day. I'm one of them hit the studio. I want to rap about how I feel. I'm an artist off of feelings and emotions, and pretty much for myself, like that's my therapy session for real. I don't really make music to go viral, get rich for real. I make music for me. So when I'm riding in my car, I can listen to it. Like I said, I like the speed I-64. I still like to speed to it, but I'm really listening to it like my mama telling me to slow it down, my aunt telling me to slow it down. My grandma passed away 2015. I know she'd be yelling at me like, boy, you need to slow it down, but I live a fast life.
How else has, so you said you switched up your environment and that impacted like the music you make. What kind of like, how would you say that impacted your music? Like, what kind of music you making now?
At first I was making more like the original, like the drill and all that stuff. Like I got tired of hearing it. I got big on like everybody sound like the same person. So now I'm making more like a music. I make more music off of like talking about money, make you want to get some money, make you want to get up, make you want to be like, damn, I can do it, make you don't feel like a failure. Like that's how I make you want to do it. I don't make you want to kill, but you still get it in there. They know what they say, you can take a hood nigga out the streets, but you can't take the streets out on 'em. So it still find its ways into the music, but I try to keep it out the best I can. So I'm trying. I barely cuss my music, but even with my brother over here, Lil Sam, that's my brother from a different mother right there, though. We got a lot of new stuff coming out. We got an album coming out. We've been also working on actually 2 EPs and an album, but like they were saying, all that is a lot of work.
All the content.
Yeah, it's a lot of content you got to build up. It's more than you think. Just you recording and posting. Nah, before you even think about you about to drop date, you gotta think about your content list. Like you gotta be built up for 20 days worth of drops, and that's just for like a couple of days. So now we getting to the point we need editors. We gotta send them to other people to edit. So it's like it's a full job. It's a full job. It's a full job. If you want your money, you want to do it yourself. You want to be home. Don't want to sign, because I'm big on that signing a deal. So you probably never see me sign a record deal, even if they come in the door, because I don't trust them. And like I said, I make music for me, so I really ain't big on getting rich off of it, because like I said, I moved myself out the environment I was in, so I ain't need nothing to do that. So keep doing it myself. You feel me? That's all I can do.
So Trench Baby, the video, that's out now.
Nah.
Oh, it's not out yet? Okay.
Nah, there's more.
That's coming out.
Church Baby more on the music I say I kind of stopped making, but I'm a Trench baby. You can ask me where I get it from. I say the streets, maybe.
He learned how to blend his old style and his new style and bring it together as one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the hybrid thing again, bro. He just learned how to
blend
balance,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
And you said, so I-64 is a project name, right? Or
Nah, that's a single.
that's a single. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you heard me singing on some songs too, no cap.
Okay. Do you want to touch on some of this music you guys got coming, like what you working on? Let me bring this over here for you.
Yeah. We got a track we just dropped. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Lil Sham.
What's your name again, bro?
Lil Sham, LUHSHXM.
Okay.
And yeah, I got a track with Big A. You see all us working together. We really a big team for real. For us, called No Discussions. We not doing no loving, no trusting, none of that.
That's y'all's
All 24. Oh no, that's just what the song about. We not
Okay.
we not giving out no Birkin bags. Yeah, none of that. Yeah,
No Breaking Bads?
no,
What's Breaking Bads?
nah Birkin bags.
Birkin bags. I'm weak.
Yeah, no cash out, nothing.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't doing none of that though.
IQ, my boy in Texas.
Say it again.
My boy in Texas, that song they talking about.
No discussions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my boy IQ.
Okay.
Yeah, we be locked in with a lot of the team. Like we be working with the team a lot. Yeah, we be locked in together. That's one thing.
How'd you link up with like Biggs and these guys?
Really performing at the Prime Warehouse. Then
Where's
yeah.
that at?
Oh, that was one of the old studios. Then my sister had a connection with him a long time ago. She told me about him. I told him that I told her that I knew him already. And then yeah, we just started the artist development, started the lock in, take it serious.
His sister bought them was like, yo, I really want them to take it up to another level. You know, and their sister is like she's a young entrepreneur just like me. She be same age and everything.
Nah, for real.
She go hard, man. I got a lot of respect.
Shout out to Quita.
Yeah, she the one.
Quita the one. She'll put you on billboards.
That one.
Quita the first one to put me on billboards. I stood outside waiting for it too.
Stood outside waiting in the heat.
When it's coming, we all did. Highway.
On the side of the highway though. It's crazy.
On the Billboard?
Yeah. Waiting for our billboard.
Oh,
to
waiting
pop
for it to
up.
pop up. It was it was one of the ones that changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be here 9:40.
Wait.
30 minutes later, I'm like, man, that shit still ain't going.
What's some other stuff I guess you have out right now that you want people to go check out?
Oh yeah, I Ain't Tripping. It's a song about just chasing your dreams, and that's really the message that I want to give out. Like, it get harder if you stop. And I got another song called Last Shot featuring Nani. She been on a roll lately. Like, she been performing everywhere. Y'all can go catch her everywhere. Like, she been going crazy.
She's another artist on our team too.
Yeah.
She snaps though. I got
Nah, for real.
Bring a lot of attitude in her music. Like,
Yeah, she that one for real, for real. And Devoted too, Devoted J, most definitely.
Hell yeah.
I had her on Jacquees tour. She was on Jacquees' recent tour. She did LA, New York. I think Philly.
Gotta get that back too.
But yeah, shout out to Vote, man. That's my dog right there. She could sing her ass off, bro. She could sing, she could rap. She don't be liking us to say she don't mind if we say she sing, but she want to be a rapper right now. But she nice at both, man. And she could dance. She does her content. She edits her stuff. Like, she's super independent, man. Strong girl, man.
Hell yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you guys for coming through.
No doubt.
Is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you want to leave the people with? I feel like you're one of our biggest engineers. I feel like it's you and G White. You know G White?
Yeah.
We had him up here
yeah.
before too. I feel like
That's
y'all are
my dog.
kind of like our biggest engineers for real.
Nah, that's dope, man. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, just shout out to everybody that's with us, man. Shout out my boy Tim. We do have a project we just released called 2 a.m. in Charlotte. Shout out my boy South Cat, Dallas, and Tim 2820. They always with me. But what I do is go from town to town, and I'll go to different studios, and we'll do a project in that town or at that studio, and then release it. And we got another project coming out called 3 a.m. in the A, and we did that at Street Exec Studio, 2 Chainz Studio.
Damn, when's the Virginia one coming?
We got to work on that one. That one, it was a song that we did. We was supposed to do that night, but I think we're going to end up doing another session and locking in on that. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you know for sure, though, so you can just pull up. And we just be vibing, chilling, just making music. And then whatever would come out of that session, we just drop it.
Hell yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you guys. If you're watching this, we appreciate you for tuning in. All these guys' links will be in the description. Yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Peace. Come on.
So.